The Doll Shop. Scary story. A girl was walking with her grandmother in the park and saw a store where there were big beautiful dolls behind the glass. The girl really wanted such a doll and started asking her grandmother, "Let's go into that store and buy a doll." "What store?" The grandmother was surprised. But the grandmother didn't see anything and thought that the girl must be sick and quickly took her home to check her temperature. But the girl turned out to be healthy. The next day, when she went for a walk outside, she saw the doll store again. Now the store was right in the yard. The girl immediately ran home. "Mom, there's a doll store. And the dolls there are so big and beautiful. Buy me one, please." But when Mom and the girl went down to the courtyard, the store was already gone. The next night, the girl woke up to the fact that her room was as bright as daylight. The light was coming from the window. The girl went to the window and saw that it was no longer a window, but a glass door to the doll store. Then the girl grabbed the piggy bank from the shelf and went straight into the store before it disappeared again. "You probably want to buy a doll?" the salesman asked the girl. The girl looked at him and was frightened. For some reason she thought he looked like a big spider. It even seemed to her that instead of hands it had long spider legs with claws. But then the seller took a doll off the shelf and put it next to the girl. The doll was so beautiful and so big, almost like the girl herself. And it seemed very, very real. The girl thought she didn't have enough money in her piggy bank to buy such a doll. "How much does this doll cost?" the girl asked. The salesman held out his hand and pointed at the piggy bank. The girl gave the piggy bank. "Can I take the doll?" said the girl. The seller nodded his head. The girl grabbed the doll and quickly went to the exit, before the salesman changed his mind. But when she was back in her room, the doll opened her eyes, grabbed the girl by the throat, and began to choke her. The girl was so frightened that she lost consciousness. And when she woke up, she saw that she herself had become a doll, and was standing on a shelf in a store next to other dolls. And she couldn't even move, scream or cry. Now she could only wait for someone to come and buy her. Then she would strangle him and live his life. Until the spider-like owner came again and brought her back to the store. In the depths of the well. Scary story. One mother often told a girl, "If you see an open manhole in the street, don't come close." The girl knew what her mother would answer, but she asked anyway. "Why?" "A hand would crawl out of there, grab it. And it will go down into the well," Mom answered. "And then?" the girl asked. "And then no one knows," said Mom, "because no one has ever come back from there." The girl tried to imagine who could live in the dark well. He must have long arms and claws to grab those who come to the open manhole. And he must also have long legs to run fast through the tunnels the wells lead into. And he must be very scary and dangerous, since grown-ups always close wells with heavy iron lids. The girl was very scared, but it was also very interesting to look at the monster that lives in the depths of the well. When she saw the hatch open, the girl would go away and watch, waiting for a long clawed hand to come out. But never once did it happen. And once the girl even saw 3 people open the hatch and come down. They were gone for a long time, but then they still came out alive and in one piece, so that the girl thought that this monster from the well was not so big, since it did not touch adults and attacks only children. Once the girl even went to the open well and carefully looked inside. But there was nothing to be seen in the darkness. "Hey!" the girl shouted. "Hey!" came from the depths of the well. "Hey!" the girl shouted louder, and heard an even louder echo in response. If it was an echo. The girl waited, but nothing happened. She was about to leave when a boy's head peeked out. "Are you shouting?" the boy asked grudgingly. "Well, I am," the girl answered. "What do you want?" The boy frowned and looked at the girl angrily. Nothing, the girl replied, and retreated 2 steps back just in case, to be able to run away if anything happened. But the boy just snorted and climbed back into the well. Screaming for no reason, he muttered, and disappeared into the darkness. The girl immediately went back. "What are you doing there?" she asked. Why, said a voice from the darkness, "We're playing tag." The girl immediately imagined how much fun it was to play where it was always very, very dark. And she also wanted to play with them. "Take me to play," she shouted. "No way," the boy said with a grudge, "and you probably do not know how?" "Sure I can," the girl exclaimed, "I can play better than anyone." "All right," said a voice from the depths of the well, after a long silence, "Come down." With a joyful exclamation, the girl climbed down, completely forgetting what her mother had told her. There, in the depths of the well, it was not as dark as it seemed, and there were many different children, big and small, but for some reason they were not playing, and sat sad and sad. Some were even crying quietly. The girl quickly lost the urge to play. She began to look for the place where she went down into the well, but she could not find it. The girl wandered through the tunnels for a long time, until one day she saw a bright spot of an open hatch from above. Then she quickly climbed up. But when the girl got out, it turned out that many years had passed there. The girl's parents had died long ago, and completely different people lived in the apartment.